This season of the Urban Conservative Podcast is brought to you by Newton for Senate, working to improve education, reduce taxes, and keep North Carolina #1 for business. Find out more at newtonforsenate.com. This episode of the Urban Conservative has also been sponsored by Case Technology Consulting. Help your business get value out of its data and become more efficient and streamlined. Case Technology Consulting. Check out the link in the description. Episode of Top of the Morning is brought to you by Edward Jones financial advisor Kelly Harmon, providing you with well-researched guidance backed by Edward Jones' extensive team and technology that help you prepare for retirement, children's education, or other financial goals. Call 252-473-1006 or visit the link on the screen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know what it is. It is time for Top of the Morning here on the Urban Conservative. I am Abdul Ali, as always, joined with my twin brother Raheem, Architect Soto. You are checking out the best 30-minute morning show on the planet. As always, if you haven't done so, jump on over to tuconservative.com. Grab yourself one of those Hamilton plans as you see on the screen. That will get you part of the growing community of people in urban areas that are conservatives. You get to support what we do there. You get the news feed, you get the blog, you get special heads up when we're going to do events in a city or town near you. And that way we don't got to sling a bunch of crap during our show. You don't got to worry about buying the magnetic wallet, can opener, light holder, hair dryer, compressor thingy that everybody tries to sell you during the middle of the show. You don't have to worry about us selling you some Wi-Fi or a encrypted network or anything like that. Just $10 helps us keep doing what we do.
But
what's good, bro?
But you definitely should hit up Kelly Harmon and get that financial planning together. You definitely should do that.
You definitely should do that so that you can have $10 to get a Hamilton plan. Yeah, son. So listen, we're not even going to give y'all a bunch of fluff this morning. We're not going to do all the salutary stuff because y'all know and we know it's going down, right? Top of the morning to you, Marla. Now, before we jump in, nope, you don't get to do that first. You don't get to do that first. Pull that back down. Pull that back down. Pull that back down. I have something I need to share before we jump into anything this morning. If you are a viewer from North Carolina, this is going to make you extremely proud, ladies and gentlemen. Ra, throw that I just shared up there. I got it. Throw that up there. Ladies and gentlemen, just announced Christina Koch will be the first woman to go to the moon. Koch, who is from North Carolina, is also an NC State grad. Go Wolfpack. For those of you who don't know, my daughter.
All right, hold on. I'm playing devil's advocate here.
Okay.
So we're saying they're really going to go to the moon? Is that what we're saying?
Come on, bro. Come on.
Hold on.
Come on. That's what we're doing?
So they figured out the Van Allen radio belts? They figured that out?
All right, listen. They figured it out.
How did they fit? So how are they going to not return back here atomized?
Look, okay, listen to me. We ain't doing that.
I'm just throwing it out there. I had to.
This is what I'm doing right now. I got my 2 fingers up. I got my wolf ears up. Go Wolfpack.
But did they
Christina
really
Koch. All right, this is the other thing I want to show you.
Theorists did, but are they going for? I'm just messing.
Ooh, but nah, listen. This is what I wanted to see. NASA has named the first woman and the first African American ever assigned as astronauts to a lunar mission. Christina Koch is an engineer. Already holds the record for the longest continuous space flight by a woman. Was named as mission specialist, along with Victor Glover, brother you see far left, the U.S. Navy aviator who was selected as the Artemis II pilot. Glover, who was part of the second crewed flight of a SpaceX Dragon capsule, will become the first Black astronaut ever to be sent on a lunar mission. I just wanted to start there, ladies and gentlemen. Our country, number one, just so much pride because of the Wolfpack. Go Wolfpack, fingers up. Yay, got them wolf ears up. But that's where we are in the world of today. Now, y'all go ahead and have that conversation about whether they really going to the moon or not. I just wanted to talk about the fact that a NC State graduate is going out there. Let's get to the
We're
space
not
ocean.
having that conversation. That was that's a whole nother episode right there.
That's a can of worms right there.
All right.
But-
Well, I before I got dubbed on that, we were going to talk about this right here, Ali. We were going to deal with this today. Okay. So today's the day for Trump, bro. Today's the day.
I see him up there.
And unless you're living under a rock, right? Unless you're living under a rock, you do understand that Trump has 30 what? What was it? 30
charges.
Let me see.
30 of them. They didn't say what they were, though. That's the thing is, this stuff is all sealed. It's all secret, hush hush. I mean, where in the history of our country do you go after a former president like that?
Okay, well, here's what we got.
Okay.
And I with this guy Bragg, bro. This guy here, man. This is what we got. An exclusive report from Yahoo News on Monday said that the former president has been charged with 34 felonies, counts for falsification of business records, according to a source who has been briefed on the procedures for the arraignment of the former president. The charge of falsification of business records is normally prosecuted in New York State as a misdemeanor. But Bragg's office bumped up all the charges to Class E felonies, the lowest level of felonies in New York State Penal Code, on the grounds that the conduct was intended to conceal another underlying crime, according to the source. Under the New York State Penal Code, a conviction for a Class E felony of falsifying business records can result in a prison term of up to 4 years. But as a practical matter, that seems extremely unlikely. No one gets jail time for that as a first offender, said a New York law enforcement official. The evidence for the underlying crime that escalated Trump's alleged misdemeanors to felonies is still not clear and won't be until the indictment is unsealed on Tuesday, but is believed to relate to a payment of $130,000 in hush money to a boop star, Stormy Daniels, Horseface, as we affectionately have come to know her, during the closing weeks of the 2016 election, to conceal some type of an alleged marital affair. Now, here's the big deal, Ali. District Attorney Bragg just illegally leaked various points and complete information on the pathetic indictment against me, Trump said. I know the reporter, and so unfortunately does he, the former president wrote. This means there must be immediately indicted. Now, if he wants to really clean up his reputation, he'll do the honorable thing as a district attorney and indict himself. He will go down in judicial history, and his Trump-hating wife will be, I'm sure, very proud of him. So DA Bragg just illegally leaked 33 points of that indictment. There are no changes or surprises from those he leaked days ago out of the grand jury. So, I mean...
Yo, you want to hear what my problem is with this whole thing?
What?
People are saying that Bragg is doing this, and he himself is saying that he's doing this just because it's the right thing to do. But George Soros' man, dun dun dun, in the Manhattan DA's office, the billionaire Democrat donor, funded Alvin Bragg's campaign to the tune of $1 million. The Manhattan DA, who is getting ready to arrest Donald Trump for allegedly hiding hush money payments to Stormy Daniels, received $1 million from the Political Action Committee funded by billionaire George Soros. And that Political Action Committee is called Color of Change. Alvin Bragg, who was elected as the Manhattan DA in November of 2021, had been involved in numerous investigations into Trump and his family before being sworn in last year, even bragging he had sued Trump more than 100 times while serving in the Attorney General's office. While campaigning to become the next Manhattan DA, he received more than $1 million in support from the Color of Change PAC, a racial justice group which receives funding from Soros, a Hungarian-born billionaire, financier turned American mega donor. Now, this is being reported by the Daily Mail, and other outlets have traced this money from Bragg to Color of Change to Soros. So what we're talking about here is a billionaire lefty funding a district attorney to go in and do his dirty work to
Mm-hmm.
attack who is quite possibly, I'm just throwing this out there, one of the most popular presidents of all time.
All right, I'm gonna give y'all a before we go to the next story. I'm gonna give y'all my outlook on this. Trump found not guilty because remember, all of these charges got kicked out. The feds didn't want it. The state didn't want it. This is clearly political motivation. And if this man doesn't answer to Congress, he's trying not to get into Congress is calling
Yeah,
him.
but bro, here's the problem. If this goes to a jury trial, you think he's going to get a jury of his peers in Manhattan?
Absolutely 1,000,000% not.
Do you think they're going to find a friendly jury? I mean, how do you even pick a jury for this? Who doesn't know about this? How do you pick a jury for Donald Trump?
Well, when he listen, mark my
if
words.
there's any attorneys watching,
Ali,
let us know. How do you pick a jury for that guy?
Ali, when they call him to Congress and they start looking at his communications, this is all going to go away.
So you're saying when they call Bragg up there to D.C. to testify before a congressional committee and they start subpoenaing all of those DA communications, it just goes
here's
away.
the problem. People seem to have this problem. People seem to think, and apparently Bragg seems to think this, that there's no accountability, that you can just say whatever you want to say, that you can just, and you can. You're free to say whatever you want to say about whoever you want to say it about, right? Just make sure when you do it, you don't leave yourself open to that magic S word. Know what that magic S word is, bro?
Screenshots?
There's another one.
Subpoenas?
That one. That's the one.
I thought you was going to say slap the shit. But okay.
You know what I realized? I realized that I can't even think like that anymore. I can't even think like that anymore. I know. Can't, because
we physically can't think.
You can't think like that no more. Like it hurts too much. Like if I think about slapping somebody, my wrist hurt. I can't even think about it. Like I don't even want that impact. Like, you know what I'm saying? But my point is that the suing part. That's the suing part. That magic S word is the suing part. Bragg is when I really feel like when they dig into his communications and what's coming to that office, we're not going to like what unfolds. And a lot of people in New York are going to be vindicated because we've been saying it with this super majority in New York, 104 to 49. New York is the gateway to the House of Representatives. Wow. New York is the gateway to the Trump derangement syndrome. New York is the epicenter of it. Wow. Of Trump derangement, point blank, and no two ways about it. And we got both extremes here. We got the Trump deranged, and we got the Trump can do no wrongers. Like Trump cannot do anything wrong to some folks, and it makes them look a little weird. Like, nah, he shouldn't have said that. Well, no, he did. Like, yo, you can't. I love him too. I love the guy too as a president. I love the guys that he's done.
See, and you've taken it a step further than I would have taken it.
No, I do.
I like the job he did as president.
No, I love it. I love what he did. You can like it. I love it. Now, the reason I love it and the reason you like it, all I'm simply saying is I don't love him personally. I don't know the man. Like I don't have
That's all I was getting at. I have a Christian love for the guy.
Okay, I'll take that. What I'm saying is maybe I worded it wrong. I love the outcome. I love the job. I love the job that he did. Like I love that part. There were times like everybody else, like, bro, somebody grabbed man's phone from him
at 3 a.m. Slap that phone out his hand.
Grab that man's phone, bro. He ain't doing us no favor do me a favor.
Covfefe was my favorite one, though.
See, I'll be like, yo, in my mind, I'm like, yo, so where is it? Like, Lynn Patton to the rescue, snatch his phone. But that's a personal opinion. Again, that's somebody's First Amendment right to tweet and say and do whatever they want to do. I just sometimes didn't like some of this stuff because of the effect, not because he was wrong, but because the residual effect of the tweet caused way too much drama. So anyway, we'll keep you guys posted. We'll be live covering the arraignment proceedings that are to begin at 11:30, I believe, or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
We'll be covering that. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we're going to come right back here on top of the morning. Do us a favor, hit that share button real quick. We'll be right back. Like, for real. We'll be right back.
Just because you're black doesn't mean you have to vote Democrat. This year, in order to see benefits for our communities, we need to vote outside the box. Find out more by visiting us at tuconservative.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Top of the Morning, the best 30-minute morning show on the planet.
Before you go,
am I going to get flack for doing that? He's a Nazi.
Because he said on the planet. Before you go to the next story, and I gotta ask the audience this. I need y'all to check in on this. All right, so let me ask you a question. Do you think everybody should get a trophy, bro?
I do not think everybody should get a trophy at all. I don't think that even makes sense, because it's
all right, real quick.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
When I grew up, and some of y'all might have grew up around the same time, but when we grew up, it was first place. I remember first place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that was the person that came in first. He won the race. Then it was the second place, because he came right after the person who came first. And then it was the third person. We decided that, well, third, that makes sense because it's three of them. We got 3 trophies. So first place, second place, third place. I don't remember no fourth place trophy, bro. Ain't never remembered a fourth place trophy, not nowhere.
Did you ever get a good participation trophy?
Nah, what I did notice though, there was a point where it was a lot of certificates. It's just a hell of a lot of god dang on certificates just flying around. At a certificate for everything. It was just a certificate. I now that you've said it, my memory has been jogged, and I'm like, as I'm playing back, going through school, it was a lot of certificates. It was a certificate of a certificate for certificates.
Yeah, but you even back then, bro, you didn't just get a certificate.
No. I'm talking Noah. The kindergarten, first grade.
Okay. So here's why I'm bringing this up before we go to your next
thing. Came home with certificates for everything, bro.
All right, check this out. 3 senators in North Carolina have introduced a bill that would eliminate participation trophies awarded to children who play rec sports through leagues operated by local government. So if your local government, and I know 2 of these guys, I know Senator Moffitt and I know Senator Hannick, good dudes. SB 430 was sponsored by Tim Moffitt, Eddie Settle, and Bobby Hannick, and it reads the following: youth sports or other youth recreational activities operated under the authority of a local government shall not include awards for participants based solely on the participation in the sport or other activity. Awards provided in connection with the activity, if any, shall be based on identified performance achievements. In other words, your local town, city, who's running that basketball league don't gotta buy 63 trophies now, because everybody. I noticed that. I would go to a couple of Andreas's friends played rec basketball in Charlotte, and we would go to their rec basketball games, and everybody got a trophy. There's 60, 70 trophies rolling around in it. So that's one thing, is basically save some of these local municipalities. Hannick was the only senator that responded when asked for the reason for the bill. And his quote, he says, "It's past the sports. What we're not teaching our children is to be prepared for life. Be prepared for failure." Not everything you're going to win. You're not always going to get what you want.
Basically, what you're saying is, when you say be prepared for life, be prepared for the fact you ain't always gonna win. So that's what they giving out right there. That's the trophy that they giving out right there. The I tried really hard trophy. And there's another one that I ain't try at all. There's another. You know what's? Yeah, I'm probably gonna get in trouble for this, Ali. I'm trying to debate if I should even say it, but okay. I blame the parents.
Okay, fair.
I 100% blame the parents. And why I blame the parents for this is because I noticed something. Children of the kids that whined, and I'm just going from personal like recollection here.
Okay.
It was something to the parents of the kids, like the Karen-y parents.
Oh no.
I think all kids should get trophies. I think, I just think because your kid is the most uncoordinated, discombobulated, no rhythm having, and it ain't a color issue, but because you didn't take the time to go in the backyard and throw the ball with your kid, and he can't put one foot in front of the other without tripping, and like, yo, that's your fault. That's your fault. So I don't think the education system and the rest of us now, anything that seems where a kid, we can't pick out the exceptional kids anymore because you just gave everyone a trophy. So we don't know who we should, like recruit young, like develop their talent and because now they're sitting the kids that have the talent, they'll pull his ass out the game.
That is a fact.
Yo, they pulled.
No. I didn't even think about it that way until you said it.
Yeah, that's what they do. That's what, do you remember having basketball teams in high school, right around the high school era, basketball teams that just sucked? It was a basketball team, but they got blowed out every year they went.
And I remember the distinct feeling of not being picked on a team. Yo, do you know how quick I came to the realization that I was not basketball team? Yo, you were way better at ball than I was. But I remember, like, these guys, there's something different about the way they're playing. No wonder I didn't get picked.
Oh, could it be that he's 13 years old and 6'4"? Maybe at 5'2", I just ain't cut out for this.
Now listen, check this out. The conversation around participation trophies has grown in the past several years, with politicians, parents, and coaches speculating that children have become less motivated in the classroom and in their future careers. He believes the root of that has been participation trophies in sports. When kids are growing up, they're being taught it's okay to just be okay. You don't have to be the best. That is exactly what we were just talking about. That's exactly what we were just talking about.
Yeah, they even say that. It's okay to be okay. No, it ain't. I don't agree with that. Just a sentiment I don't agree with.
Check this out. Dominic Brewer, who oversees a footage program. I don't know if that's football program or footage program. It says a footage program for children ages 5 to 13, said he agrees with the bill. Children can get a trophy regardless, he said. They're not going to give it their everything. It can transfer over into life. It can transfer over to the classroom. He said he's seen children switch from participation trophy leagues into his league because it challenges him. He also said he was for certificates that acknowledged the child competed in the league, but said it was not acknowledging their participation. So, all right, John Smith, this certificate recognizes your participation.
No, sir.
No?
First place, second place, and third place. That's it. That's all I'm looking for. First place, second place, third place.
Just got it.
And race. That's all you got.
Just got a text message that said you're absolutely right. If you didn't win, you don't get anything.
Yo, you know what that's like? That's like it creates such a bad disposition throughout the rest of your life. These are the people that can't be told no. These are the people who can't take being cracked on or can't take a joke. These are the people that develop these.
Oh, bro. Oh, why did you even say that?
Tendencies.
Why did you even say that? Yeah, okay. Do you know how much character that built getting gigged on that day? Everybody should have a day where you dish it out, but you gotta be willing to take it back when it comes.
Hold on. This is not a Democrat, Republican, conservative, liberal thing.
Not at all.
There are conservatives who do the same. Like, they were participation trophy babies, and you can tell.
Oh,
Or some of y'all are participation
oh.
trophy babies. Like that's the new thing. Like, oh, it ain't even being a Karen. You got a participation trophy, didn't you? Can't nobody tell you nothing.
All right. So
Right?
listen, before we get off of this, because we only got a few minutes left in the show, right? Let me ask you a question. So when my daughter would come home, you remember Leah would come home with just oodles and oodles of certificate, reading champion and this champion and the social studies champion. And I would be like, okay, daughter, that's cool. She asked me, she said, Dad, I noticed you didn't really kind of, and we were talking the other day, and she goes, Dad, I noticed you didn't hang up all of my certificates and do all of this. And I said, daughter, because that's what you're supposed to do. You don't get celebrated for doing what you're supposed to do. This idea that you're supposed to learn how to read and you're supposed to learn how to do it well, daughter. You don't get extra kudos for doing what you're supposed to do.
Can you imagine? Like, I don't even recall getting a certificate at any point.
I get a when I got my first school certificate, bro. You want to know when I got my first?
Hold on. I gotta ask you a question. Do they still do field day? Do the kids still get field day, y'all?
I've gone to when Lee and Dre were in school. They did field day.
Or do we have to change the name now? It can't be called field day. It has to be called outdoor activity day because field has a connotation, and we don't want the black kids to feel some kind of way because field.
I like what Brother Frank said. I like that. Why can't people just be that reasonable? Look at what Brother Frank said, bro.
Hold on. No. See, Frank, that's not fair. Because at the end of the season, when we at the banquet and now I'm telling you as a parent, I'm mad I don't get the banquet. If I don't get the banquet, I'm pissed off because the uniform was expensive. And
but no. Everybody goes to the banquet, bro. What are you talking about?
So that's what I'm saying. So at the banquet, if you stand up and go, we would like to thank all of the parents that came out. We want to thank all of the children who came out. And at what point do you hand them? Like there should be some.
No. Stop.
Okay.
I agree with what Frank is saying. You shouldn't get a trophy. Hey, everybody that played at the team, please come on up. And this was your 2023 team.
I think
sit your tail back down.
But that's what I was saying. I was saying, like, as long as we're not saying at some point, right? I think so let me throw this out there. If you on the team and you scored the most points, should you get something for that?
I think they do recognize.
Like the recognition, bro. I want
what the bill says. Like the bill says, performance standards. We should be recognized.
You can't get a certificate because you read a book, bro. Like, come on.
No, we're talking about in sports, though. We're not talking about reading.
No, I know, but it trickles over in sports, right? Like in the NBA, you win the championship, you don't win the championship. I don't think they give rings out to everybody that played, even if they have a team dinner and a get together and we had a great.
Every player on the team. If you're on an NBA or an NFL team and you win the championship, all y'all get a ring.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm saying if you don't win, they not just handing ring. Here's a you almost won a ring. They don't do that in sports.
Yo, wait a minute. Before we jump off now, and I know there's a couple of sports fans on here. Do the AFC and the NFC championship, not the Super Bowl, but do the AFC teams do they get rings? Does the division champion? They get something? Okay,
I'm not really into football, so I couldn't tell you.
I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been checking out Top of the Morning here on the Urban Conservative. We are just so honored and glad that you'd spend some time with us each and every morning, Monday through Friday. What you got, bro? What you got?
I almost wanted to call today. Tried really hard Tuesday.
Tried really hard Tuesday. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we will be live again, bro. I'm getting ready to head up to the legislature. Ra's going to go back live. We're going to follow that Trump indictment situation.
No. We will definitely be live doing that. 1,000,000% doing that.
All right, dope. So ladies and gentlemen, it has been Top of the Morning, the best 30-minute morning show on the planet. Again, shouts out to all of the North Carolina State Wolfpack fam. We appreciate y'all. Who's that? What's that?
On the way out of here, just had to give a whole entire shout out to this gentleman right here, 102-year-old war veteran who served as one of the Tuskegee Airmen, was honored in Henderson, Nevada on last Wednesday. So on the way out, we just wanted to leave y'all with that bright piece of news because everything was so negative. America,